Actuator-Sensor Interface, commonly known as AUSI-Bus, is a standard device-level protocol used in industrial automation to connect actuators and sensors. Hence the name Actuator-Sensor Interface. AUSI-Bus is defined by the standard IEC 62026-2. But just like we use different versions of our smartphone operating systems over time, AUSI-Bus has also evolved, and various versions of the protocol are in use. As an automation engineer, you need to understand the properties of the different versions that are available. Here is a quick summary of the two versions of AUSI-Bus still in use. Values in parentheses are for the enhanced version of AUSI version 3. What happened to AUSI version 4? Well, there was no version 4 released. IEC felt the new version was so far advanced compared to version 3 that the new version should skip a number. From the chart, it appears that decision was justified. Upgrades from AUSI version 3 to AUSI version 5 are straightforward. In general, AUSI version 3 devices are compatible with AUSI version 5 networks. However, devices that were designed for AUSI version 3 may not support the newer features of AUSI version 5, but will still be able to operate on AUSI 5 networks. Engineers need to confirm that the AUSI-Bus version selected supports the necessary communication protocols of their devices and control system. So what do I need to consider when implementing AUSI-Bus systems? First, I will look at the heart of any AUSI-Bus network, the AUSI master. The AUSI-Bus master card in any control system has many functions. The master controls communication across the network, including polling of each node for data, sharing diagnostics information, and coordinating message timing. Different AUSI-Bus master cards allow the network to have specific properties. For example, the Siemens CM1243-2 for S7-1200 control systems is an AUSI version 3 network master, with the properties of the extended AUSI version 3 configuration given previously. By contrast, the Bihl+Wiedemann BWU3852 is an AUSI version 5 compatible device, which can also be configured to provide an AUSI version 3 network. Want to grow your team's automation skills? RealPAR's business gives your engineers training, live sessions, and a community to learn and improve together. Check out realpars.com/business to learn more. Another important characteristic is the ability of an AUSI-Bus master to provide data profiles compatible with the devices connected to the network. The IEC 62026-2 standard for AUSI version 3 defines data profiles that a device can have, and the engineer needs to ensure that the AUSI master and devices are compatible. For example, here are a few of the profiles supported by the Siemens CM1243-2. There are many other data profiles that are defined in IEC 62026-2, including those that support AUSI Safe for high-availability safety applications and other advanced features. Here is an example from a datasheet for a GEMU 4242 Combi-Switchbox used to detect valve position. Note the various data profiles available for this device. Which one is right for your system? The specifying engineer needs to know the properties of the plant's system in order to make the right selection. If the AUSI-Bus system installed is AUSI version 3, then order codes A5 and A5D are not appropriate. If the AUSI-Bus is version 3 without enhanced addressing capability, then order codes A3 and A4 are not appropriate. If the AUSI-Bus is version 5, order code A5 provides 96 nodes with Bluetooth communication to the device enabled. If the AUSI master allows for expanded node data, then code A4 could be used to allow for expanded diagnostics. Many AUSI masters have the capability to support two different networks, or segments. These are typically referred to as A and B. This allows for the two segments to have their own set of node numbers, but there cannot be two nodes on the same segment with the same node number. Again, the engineer must understand the capabilities of the AUSI master in use. Generally, this dual segment feature is available with many version 3 and version 5 masters. Each segment has its own configuration setup, which is managed by the Control System Interface and is limited by the capabilities of the Aussie Master hardware. Aussie Master modules and individual nodes are configured within the control system software environment to which they are connected, or with special software provided by the Aussie Master. The bulk of the configuration choices are related to the nodes connected to the Aussie network. A typical configuration page for an Aussie node will allow me to configure items such as the type of I/O, digital or analog, to be expected from the device node, the name and address of the node, the data profile to be used, and any options that may exist for the node. Here is an example of an Aussie configuration for a variable frequency drive in a Siemens S7 system. The Aussie Master, or an Aussie address programming device, is used to perform Aussie addressing on each device. This address is used to identify individual nodes in the Aussie network, and as mentioned previously, addresses cannot be repeated on a single segment. The Aussie Master version determines the range of addresses possible for segments connected to the Aussie Master. Aussie addressing is critical because if the addresses of the two Aussie nodes are swapped, the I/O will not be assigned appropriately in the control system's data table. To learn about the different types of industrial networking technologies, check out the Industrial Networking Fundamentals course linked in this video's description. Aussie Bus versions 3 and 5 provide a simple, robust, and low-cost two-wire communication bus for controlling devices such as valves, motors, variable frequency drives, proximity switches, and other digital and analog devices. Aussie version 3 is widely used in industry, but Aussie 5 offers higher communication speed, extended data interface capabilities, and advanced diagnostics. Looking to train your team on device-level buses and automation protocols? We have several courses that are perfect for you. Check out realparts.com/business and fill out the form. You'll find the link in the video description.